So this is Scrum for Met Plus and other projects. If anybody else joins, it's attended by Vijaya, Amy, and myself, Patrick. And Amy, you want to start first?
Sure. Okay. So since yesterday, I've updated the wireframes to include a call to action for non-job seekers,
Mm-hmm.
and that's available. I also edited the nav bar in the application. It needed a couple of things. It needed home removed because that menu item was redundant. Met Plus serves as home. And
Mm-hmm.
also, at some point, the logout button had been lost, and it was just a text. So I corrected that to match the format of the navbar state before the user logs in.
And you did that all in the mockup, or did you actually make any changes to the actual app as well?
I made actual changes to the app. It's on my development branch. I
Uh-huh.
probably need to change it to a feature branch,
Mm.
but it's up on GitHub and it's available. I put the link in the ticket.
Oh, okay. So you put a
Mhm.
PR together already?
I didn't put in a pull request, no, because I expect my pull request to be rejected because it's misnamed. We're supposed to use a
Yeah.
particular format, and it's just development. I'm
Mm-hmm.
supposed to submit a pull request from the branch. But also, I wanted somebody to review it to make sure that they like the changes. And you won't have to launch the application because you can view it in the wireframe.
Okay. And when you say it's on GitHub, you're talking about your personal repo on GitHub, I guess?
My personal repo on GitHub, yes.
Okay. And I can review it, or we can review it by looking at the mock-up in Cacao. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. I replaced your screenshot of the navbar with a screenshot of the current navbar.
Oh, okay, cool. Um, all right, to it. You can't do anything beyond just the stand-up today, right? So, I tell you what,
Yes.
why do you mind if we look at it really quickly then?
Oh, not at all. Shall I
Okay,
share
good.
my screen?
Um, well, actually, it might be better if I screen share. Well, yeah, why don't you go ahead? You share your screen,
Yeah.
please. Yeah, that'd be
Okay.
better. Yep.
And you know what also? I'll put the links in the chat so someone can go directly to it, assuming Waffle will let me open the
Your
Oh, yes, it does.
Yeah, you posted the your
yeah, your links are actually in Slack as well.
yeah
Oh, great. Okay.
The
yeah.
GitHub
Sure.
item.
Okay. So I'm screen sharing,
Okay.
waiting for the screen share to come up.
Yep.
So,
Not
Uh,
that.
don't see it yet.
okay.
Still don't see it, Amy. Amy, can you hear us? Amy?
Yes.
Oh, hi. I was just wondering if you could hear us. We still can't see your screen.
Okay. How do you stop screen sharing? Go stop
I think you
sharing.
click on the little
Stop
button
sharing.
again. It's not really intuitive. At least not in Safari. In Google, it might be easier. Do you want me to try on my side?
Um, Share my screen. I can show you the actual living app locally.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. That'd be good. Looks like we can see your screen. It says you are screen sharing and what I'm looking at.
Oh,
So.
great. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So there's the new nav bar.
Is this the live?
Okay.
Oh, this is the live app. Yeah, I see.
Yeah, this is the live app locally hosted.
Okay, so that's right. We didn't have a logout button before, did we? Didn't we?
No, you had buttons for log in and sign up, but you didn't have you just had text for log out. And I don't think that that was intentional. It's not how it's usually done, so I fixed it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, good.
And as you can see, the home option has been removed.
Yep, that helps. And Net Plus now is the home, huh?
And I'd also like to draw the team's attention to the alert box. That's the part that says signed in successfully.
Mm-hmm.
That should probably be a different color, like blue or something. It should be a different color than the rest of the text on the page.
Like a green background or something, or the text itself should be colored?
Either one will do. It
Yeah.
just shouldn't look exactly like everything else on the page because it's a different form of information.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't stand out enough.
Yeah. So at some point I might fix that, but I'm mentioning it now so that people have time to think about it before I actually do something.
Okay.
And then here's the wireframe. No, that's not the wireframe, sorry. Here's the wireframe. So to find out what kind of call to action would be appropriate, I checked hired.com.
Mm-hmm.
Has anyone heard of hired.com?
I don't think I have.
Okay. So hired.com is basically sort of like engineer auction. You sign up and people bid on you. So it's person directed rather than employer directed. So I thought that was similar to this model. And what they do, this is how they do it. They say, are you hiring? Become a hiring partner. Or no, they don't actually. They say, are you hiring? Find out how it looks for employers. Find out how it works for employers.
Mm-hmm.
And then HackBright urges employers much deeper in the website to become a hiring partner of HackBright. So this is kind of a medium. We'll need feedback to see what kind of call to action they have in mind, because there's actually 4 kinds of people that everybody else falls under. There's employers, there's agencies, there's job developers for agencies, and there's like case managers for agencies.
Right. And there's an agency manager as well?
Yeah, like I would put agency manager under agency.
Definitely.
As agency.
Yep.
So there's some question about what exactly the call to action should be, but this is the example of the call to action.
Okay. Well, we can now get feedback from the client on that.
And then for tomorrow, I'll review any change requests and do them.
Okay.
No impediments.
All right, good. Great. So, should we move on then to Vijaya?
Yeah. Yeah, in Can integration, I finished all the functions in the user module. And I researched something on that one in the multiple roles for that users, and with how we will implement it with the Can. But whatever he asked for the ticket, only that functions is not related to the Can. Only asked add the function to the user module. Is job seeker, is admin, or those things. And check if the user is existing in the database, it will return true. Okay, and I did some work on CS 169 in the homework too, and physics.
Are you going to be putting a PR together for the Can work soon?
Yeah, I'll create the PR today, and you guys can review that one based on the feedback, and I will.
Oh, you've already got the PR submitted?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I'll create.
Okay, great.
Okay.
All right, good. So no blockers?
No.
Cool. All right, for myself, I did a little bit of work on mock-ups. I can show you guys in a couple minutes, real quickly.
Okay.
And I think that's about it for the project. Started to think about how I'm going to start creating some cucumber tests to reflect what the mock-ups show, and maybe even start some RSpec testing. So, real briefly, Amy, you got a couple more minutes? I know you're going to probably run soon.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do this real briefly then. So can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, there's the thing that you just showed us, Amy.
Okay.
Was looking at that earlier, in fact. So I've got 3 different screens now. I've got this one that we saw yesterday, and it's changed a little bit, but just want to mention to you, Amy, that I've got what I did when I'm logged in, and I know that wasn't your intent, but you may want to share your home screen with a logged in version. So I've got a logout button here and then the name of the person. Admin is my fake user, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's what you're showing in yellow font right now, and then the logout button, but it's obviously subject to change. And the rest is pretty much what we talked about, except for the action required. I did have an add action button that I added here. I'll talk about that in a second. So on the main page, when you click an edit button for any of these tabular categories of data, you go to something that looks like this. In this case, it's for agency addresses. And for each address, so we have 20 addresses. They're not. I didn't bother to fill out, stuff here, but assume these tables rows are all filled out. So we have an action column. We can edit the particular address, in which case a pop-up would occur here for editing, or we can delete it, in which case a confirmation box will appear. We can also add an address by just clicking this button here, and cancel brings you back to the main page. Very simple and straightforward. Now, the other thing I want to mention is just this action required. So I can add an action to this table by clicking this button, which I haven't mocked out. I can also review any particular action. So if I click on a column, the link in this column, for instance, for this add job developer, click review, I get a little pop-up in place. I decided to go with this because it's fairly straightforward. So I've clicked on this button for adding a job developer. This pops up and says, okay, here's the process steps. There's only 3. The agency manager has to approve this job developer being added to the system, which occurred today. I have the authority to send the registration link, so I've actually got to add a button here that says send link. So I haven't done that yet. So in this box here. And then this would be empty because I can't proceed to the 3rd step without going through step 3. And in fact, the 3rd step is that the JD, the job developer, actually clicks on the link in the email that I'm going to send, and they register in this, then we're done. Now, if we decide that this job developer who accepted an offer is no longer with the agency, they decided not to join, then I can just click on remove job developer, and then this whole thing goes away. So that's basically how that works right now. So that will give, I think, Chet a little bit of an idea of what the flow might be. Unfortunately, with this tool, we can't have live links where we can click from one mock-up to the other to show the flow of the screens, but we can talk to that. And in addition, and Amy, you may want to do this as well. So this diagram, I have 3 different sheets in the same diagram, different views of the same area, if you will. What you can do is you can add, I think you've seen this, you added comments on yours. So I've started to put some comments in here. So the main page, for Chet, when I print it out, hopefully the comments survive. So describing the main page, the edit page, and the action page, so he can better understand what he's looking at. So I'll be working on that tomorrow as well. So that's pretty much it. That's all I've got so far. But I think what I'm going to do here is kind of stop here. Maybe, Amy, you and I can mash our efforts together, showing them an example homepage, and then showing them these views of the admin area and start getting some early feedback. We'll talk to you about that tomorrow when we talk to them. So, other than that, I think that is pretty much it. Yeah. All right, we'll probably went beyond what a Scrum is meant to cover, but we might as well have done it since there's only the three of us here. So, anything else we should talk about now? Okay.
No.
All right, sounds good. All right, well, everybody have a good afternoon or evening as it may be, and we will talk tomorrow.
Okay.
All right, take care. Thank you. Bye now.
Thank you.